Even if this is a bathhouse, it would still suggest that there's a fairly posh home or villa nearby. So it would look like our discoveries are tying up quite nicely with the fancy Roman pottery uncovered almost 200 years ago. But this being Time Team, there's always somebody around to throw a spanner in the archaeological works. Guy, you've got severe doubts about whether all of the finds from the cemetery actually are from the cemetery.
Yeah, I've got to admit I have. I mean, let's just paint that picture. You know, jump back 200 years' time and you've got the Reverend so-and-so round in Litlington, and he's known as the local antiquarian or whatever, and various people have found bits around here and they say, oh, Mr. Reverend so, I found this in my back garden in my field. You'd probably enjoy having this in your collection. And he said, oh, thank you very much. And it all goes into a box and he sticks it in his glass cabinet and shows it off to his friends and everything else. You jump on about 50 or 60 years and the Reverend so-and-so's popped his clogs, and of course his collection gets boxed up and some well-meaning person sends it off to Cambridge Museum with a label in it or something like that. Jump on 100 years to Mr. Tony Robinson and Time Team, and these finds are looked at, by which time, of course, it's all got jumbled up, and probably the case is that some of these pots come from here, but probably a lot of them come from other finds around here. They're all over the place in date terms, so, you know, who knows?
So we could be making assumptions about this place on the back of the finds, and actually we're making totally wrong assumptions.
Yeah, we're just forgetting about the fact that a huge amount of things and events and people have been involved in the last 180 years. Everything from all the building work around here to bits of paper blowing across in cabinets, and therefore things getting mislabelled, jumbled up and mixed up.
So maybe antiquarian enthusiasm has clouded our knowledge of this site.
Oh, Governor, I found this pot in my back garden. Why don't you have that in your collection?
And his wife says, oh, I've got one too.
That's right. Yeah.
And even without the dodgy accents, we shouldn't rely too much on that antiquarian evidence.
The pit is there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we've got
Much better to rely on the evidence we've uncovered in the trenches. Or the apparent lack of evidence in the case of the cemetery.
Hello, my name's John Gator. Time Team is fan-funded by Patreon. This vital support helps us to make new episodes. Joining Patreon gives you access to exclusive interviews, 3D models and masterclasses, plus lots more.